So I had a stroke, and that's a mouthful to say. I never thought I would be able to, or I never thought I would come and say something like that. At my age, I'm 35 years old, and that's a lot to take in. This is going to be a vlog mainly about my health, and I wanted to be completely upfront with you guys as to what's going on and why the videos haven't been coming out more. Hopefully I'm going to try to do some more, but I think from this point on until I get healthier, it's going to be focused on streams and not so much on gameplay and stuff for the channel here. For a bit we will be going to mostly vlogs and possibly some more of the tour stuff and a few other things, but I'm not really going to be like hard focused right now. I think that's what's made my motivation not quite so focused on everything, I guess you could say. Even now I don't feel focused making this vlog. To explain to you guys what happened, long story short, like I said, I had a stroke. But this was not recently, this was actually 3 years ago. So for those of you that have been around for a while, you will know that about 3 years ago, I found out I had an aneurysm. I had, a severe pain in the side of my neck, and I thought that that's what caused it at the time. And I found out recently upon checking on my chest, because I was having some breathing issues, I went into the ER, and I found out that my chest was fine. I might have asthma or something like that. But I found out that 3 years ago, whenever I had that issue, and they found an aneurysm, which a year later they said was gone, at that same time there is a high possibility, well, not even a high possibility, there's a 100% chance that I had a stroke. So, from what I was told, and when I went into the ER, they did a CAT scan, they did all kinds of testing to check my the amount of air that was going into my blood flow and everything, and when I was telling them about my chest, I mentioned to them just on the off chance, I said, well, 3 years ago I had an issue with my neck as well. If my chest might be getting bad blood flow, you might check that, just at an off chance. To me, it hadn't been bothering me or anything, so they decided to do a CAT scan of my chest and my neck. And when it came back and they got all the blood work done and everything, they were telling me the results, and they said, for the most part, you're okay. You might have asthma or something. They said, but when we went to check the results from your neck, we found a bunch of scarring. And basically the scarring roughly goes like down through this area here, which is also where the aneurysm had gone through. Now, for those that don't know, there's two different types of strokes. There is an active bleeding stroke, which they can see on a CAT scan and an MRI, which they did not detect. All they saw was scarring for me, which had said that there was a previous stroke, and now there was just a bunch of scars. So, which tells them that I had the second type of stroke, being that when they checked me for the aneurysm, they didn't see bleeding then either, and they wouldn't have just missed it. So, which tells them that I had the second type of stroke that there is, which is basically when a blood clot breaks loose from somewhere and goes through your veins. This can be fixed one of two ways, well, they have to do more testing to see how much damage there is, basically, and if there's still a blood clot somewhere. So they have to do an MRI, which I'm getting scheduled to go in for. Of course, because of my weight, that's not an easy thing to do, so they're in the process of finding out where I can go to get an MRI done, which they think they found a place. They just have to check the restrictions and stuff for the tables. Basically, there's a few different factors that could go into whether or not I would have to have surgery for whatever is wrong, or if there's still something severe wrong, or if it's just healing still. First and foremost, they have to figure out if the blood clot went through a main artery or like a side vein. If it was a main artery, it can be a lot more serious to take care of. If it was a side vein, then those aren't quite as serious because they don't, regulate the main blood flow to the brain and to the heart and different things like that. After they figure that out, then they're going to have to figure out if the blood clot is still there, because it could still cause more issues. If it's still there, it could try to move again, which could cause more scarring, more problems, more damage, more strokes. Upon figuring all that out, then they have to figure out if the scarring, wherever it's at, is bad enough to restrict blood flow. If it is, they'll have to go in surgically, remove some of the scarring, and try to clean it out to where, blood flows better. The biggest thing about any of this getting done is that I have to lose some weight, because they don't feel safe doing the surgeries right now, or any kind of surgery if they have to, at my current weight. So that's kind of the update as to what my health problems are. I wanted to make a video about this, one, so I don't have to continually re-explain myself to everybody as to what's going on, and two, because I figured it would kind of explain what's been going on with my channel. I'm going to have probably another vlog this week, taking care of the giveaway, which I know people have been asking about. I apologize. Trying to get everything together for that. Like I said, it's been motivation, I guess you could say, and that was even before I was having the problems, and before I found out about my neck. I've just been really not motivated. I don't know how you could phrase it differently. The motivation isn't there for me to record for some reason. The motivation isn't there for me to do a lot of stuff. I enjoy the streaming more lately. I've even thought about taking the channel into different directions, and this is not me saying that it's going to, but I've thought about taking the channel to where it just becomes like a once or twice a week vlog channel, and all gaming goes to Twitch, which I don't think I really want to, only because I still enjoy doing some of the ones that do commentary. Some things don't require like multiple hours at a time for Twitch. Some are just short games and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how to work things out and what I want to do. I know one thing, and I'm going to be honest, one thing that's been getting me less and less motivated is the fact that it feels like I'm not really going anywhere with my channel. I constantly still get new people over on Twitch, that show up, and even some older people that show up and things like that. So that helps me for streaming, but I mean, I've been pretty much deadlocked at 200 subs or 199 or 201 or whatever it's at for the day. It's just fluctuating right at that, number within about 5 subs or so. And I think that's a large factor as to what's motivating me to do streams more and not really motivating me to do recording more. I do have a lot of content that I've already pre-recorded that I think I'm going to go ahead and still work on uploading for you guys. The schedule is going to be way out of whack though, so don't plan on specific days for specific stuff. Where I already have things recorded for like Borderlands and stuff, I'll go ahead and still upload things, on that day since it's already ready. Don't really expect videos every day of the week for a little while, mainly until I get this resolved and until I can get my motivation going again. I am on a diet. I am trying to take care of myself health-wise. I've been trying to cut back on a lot of things. I've been trying to make it to where if I have a snack that's, may not be quite as healthy for me, that I only have it like maybe once or twice a week, which for me is a lot better than what I used to do. I used to sit here and just constantly snack on different foods, and it's not good for me, and I've got to change things, and the doctors are helping me. They're sending me to a dietitian. We're talking about possibly, if I lose enough weight, that I'm gonna try to get some type of surgery done to help me lose weight. And that, of course, would be well after, we figure out what's wrong with my neck and everything else, because that's the first and foremost problem that we have to take care of and see what's going on with that. Once I'm clear and they say, okay, well, you shouldn't have any more strokes if you keep yourself, calm and healthy and things like that. So that's one of the things that we're going to be working on, well, we as in me and the wife and everything, is we're going to be working on trying to lose some weight. We're going to be working on trying to find healthier foods to have that are still within our budget, and that's a big issue for us, is that we have a low budget to work with for food, and so we have to find not only healthy things, but cheap healthy things to eat. And so I'm going to kind of reach out to you guys if anyone out there really does any kind of cooking or shopping or knows some decent recipes or anything like that, or somewhere that I can go to find some decent ones that are nice and cheap, feel free to, message me on Twitter or leave a comment down below or whatever if you want to. I'm gonna be looking to pretty much everybody for support, and that's just because it's really difficult, and I'm not gonna beat around the bush. It's not gonna be something that's gonna be easy for me. It's never been something that's been easy for me, as you can tell. I wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't my own fault, and that's something that I try to make sure that I tell everybody, even my parents and everything else, that my condition, my weight, my problems is nobody's fault but my own. Nobody forced me to eat the food. Nobody forced me to do any of this, and it took a long time to put all the weight on, and it's going to take even longer to get it off. So hopefully I can get all that resolved, we can get it taken care of, and hopefully I can get healthy. If you guys have any questions, more of, if I didn't answer something in this video, feel free to ask, and I'll answer them down in the comment section or over Twitter or something like that, or just in person if you have more questions about what's going on with me. But like I said, long story short, I found out that I had a stroke 3 years ago. It was the blood clot kind of stroke that scars up tissue, and they found that. And so basically at the age of 32 I had a stroke, and that was really kind of shocking for me because that's really young to have something like that happen. So hopefully we can get back on a positive note, and this is like I told everybody else. It's good news, it's bad news, it's good news. It's good news because they were able to figure out what's going on. It's bad news because it was a stroke, and it's good news because now they can try to work on fixing it. And for those that are wondering, about a year ago I lost my medical. Some of you know that, some of you don't. About a month ago now I got it back, and so thanks to that we were able to find these problems and what's going on, and thanks to that I'm going to be able to get a lot of this fixed, or at least diagnosed, and get on the right track to getting it fixed. So anyways, now that I've talked you guys' ears off, like I said, if you have more questions, feel free to ask, and best of luck to me, hopefully. It's going to be a hard road trying to lose some of the weight, and I think a big part of it is going to be trying to get myself up and around more, which kind of will hurt some of the videos and stuff because I'm not going to be recording quite as much. But I'll still be streaming. We'll still have our Saturday streams. I'm still going to stream randomly throughout the week and things like that for you guys so that we can keep stuff going. But I'll talk more about that in the video later this week and about what's going to be happening ultimately with the channel. And we'll get the giveaway taken care of so that you guys can, those of you that win can get a free game if you enjoy it. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I know I've probably stumbled through this vlog, and I apologize for that. I've just kind of done it off the top of my head. I don't even really have anything written down. And I just wanted to be upfront and straight with you guys as to what's going on. I really appreciate everybody's support, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take it easy. Peace out.